In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a format catalog from data. When I say format catalog, I'm talking about the format catalog that's in the formatter package, this one here. And to understand how this is done, we first need to realize that you can actually convert back and forth between a format catalog and a data frame. So let's look at how that's done. First, I'm going to load the formatter package. Then I'm going to create a simple user-defined format. Here I'm just translating some coded values A, B, C to decoded values group A, group B, and group C. And then I'm going to add that format to a format catalog with the fcat function right here, and I've assigned it the name of group, GRP. And then, now that I have my format catalog here, I can use this as.data.frame function to convert that format catalog to a data frame. And we'll go look at that. And this is very interesting and relevant to the discussion because the columns here, the structure of this data frame, is what we're going to need to convert a data frame back to a format catalog. So pay attention to this structure. I have 5 columns, and the columns are named name. That's the name of the format. Type. This is a U for user-defined format. An expression, what the little formula is for the decode, and then the label of what you want the decoded value to be, and then order. In this case it's NA, but sometimes this can be just an integer showing what order you want these things to occur. And now that I have that data frame here in dtemp, I can convert it back to a format catalog. And if you see what I get the same format catalog that I started with. So this is really cool. We can go back and forth between data frames and format catalogs, and that will make our job here in this video really easy. So what I'm going to do next is read in a spreadsheet, and I'm going to read in this spreadsheet right here, and this has my code lists in it, and this is a pretty simplified spreadsheet. Some of these can be quite complicated. I'm trying to simplify it for illustration purposes, and if you have a more complicated spreadsheet or data set, database structure, then you can deal with the complexity. So this has the name of the code list, the order of those items, the coded value, the decoded value, and then what kind of thing it is. Is it a text or a number? And I just want to point out that some of these types are missing. That'll be relevant in a second. So I'm going to use my read Excel library here to load that in. And I have now got that sheet into a data frame. And if we print that sheet, I can see I've got all those columns that we were looking at a moment ago. I have those NA values that I was mentioning. And now I'm going to do a quick data step on that spreadsheet and translate these columns here into the columns we need to create a format catalog. And you can see that some of them go straight over. This code list name is going to go into the name column. This U just gets hard-coded as type user-defined. The type column from the spreadsheet can be a text or a number or an NA. And because of the NA, I'm going to use this EQ operator from the common package. It gets loaded automatically when you load the library package. And that's going to deal with the NA. So if the type is NA equals a number, it's going to come back as false. And if the number is a number, it'll come back as true. And if a text is a number, it'll come back false. So that EQ operator handles NAs in a very nice way. And also in the common package is this infix operator for paste. This P is paste, and that means paste this string onto the coded value, which is a column in our spreadsheet. So this is saying if the type is a number, don't put quotes around it, but use x equals. I'm trying to create that little expression, right? And if it is not a number, then put quotes around it. That's all this is doing. The translated column comes straight over into the label column in this order. I'm just going to make sure that it's an integer and then stick it into this order column. So let's run this data step. And you can see now very easily, just a few lines of code here, I have that structure I need to create my format catalog. My expressions were created in this little if block, and all those columns mostly came over. My order is here. So that's pretty awesome. Now I can just send it straight into that as fcat function, and I have a format catalog, and you can see all those formats from the spreadsheet now sitting in that format catalog waiting for us to use. And how we use those is just to FC, the name of our format catalog, $, and then the format that we want, and we can see what that format looks like, and we can use it in our code. So this is great. Let's go use it. I'm going to create a very simple piece of sample data here, just 3 lines, some user ID, visit number, ARM code, lab test code. These are coded values, and I'm going to decode them. And I'm going to decode them in this data step here, just another little data step. You could use dplyr if you want. You could use base R if you want, but I'm just going to use this data step. And what these lines are saying is fapply, that's the function that applies a format in the formatter package. Apply the format from my format catalog, in this case visit n, apply that to the column in my data set, visit n, and then return that into a new column, visit. And same one here, apply the format ARM code for my format catalog to the column ARM code and put that in a new variable ARM, same with lab test. And if I run this data step as I just did, then what you get is the decoded values here in new columns. So here's the coded visit n, and here's the decoded visit, the coded ARM code, and the decoded ARM, and the coded lab test code with the decoded lab test. And that is how you can create and use a format catalog from data.